Let's start with the money because the numbers here are staggering. Nscale, a British AI infrastructure startup backed by Nvidia, just closed a fresh $2 billion funding round. That brings their total valuation to $14.6 billion. To put that in perspective, this company wasn't a household name even a year ago. And now it's one of the most valuable AI infrastructure plays in the world. This is what happens when the global race for AI compute capacity collides with serious investor appetite. The funding frenzy around AI infrastructure isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. Now here's where things get really interesting. Nscale just added two massive names to its board of directors. Sheryl Sandberg, yes, the former Meta COO, and one of the most influential tech executives of the last 2 decades, and Nick Clegg, the former Deputy Prime Minister of the UK, who went on to become Meta's President of Global Affairs. These aren't just famous names. These are people who understand AI policy, global scaling, and how to navigate governments and regulators worldwide. The fact that they're joining Nscale's board signals that this company is thinking way beyond just building data centers. They're positioning for global influence. So what exactly does Nscale do? Simply put, they build the backbone that AI needs to run. We're talking about large-scale GPU clusters, high-performance data centers, and cloud infrastructure specifically designed for training and running frontier AI models. As companies race to build more powerful AI, they need massive amounts of compute. And that compute has to live somewhere. Nscale is betting it can be the company that provides that physical and digital infrastructure at scale across Europe and beyond. With Nvidia as a key backer, they have access to some of the most in-demand hardware on the planet. Those precious H100 and Blackwell GPUs that every AI lab is desperate to get their hands on. You've probably heard about Stargate. The $500 billion AI infrastructure initiative in the United States backed by OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle. Well, Nscale is being positioned as Europe's answer to that. The Stargate Norway nickname isn't just catchy marketing. And Norway has some real advantages here. Cheap and abundant renewable energy, a cold climate that naturally helps cool servers, and a political environment friendly to large-scale tech investment. AI data centers are energy-hungry monsters. And Norway's hydroelectric power gives Nscale a genuine competitive edge on both cost and sustainability. This is smart geography meeting smart infrastructure strategy. Here's the bigger picture. Europe has been trying to carve out its own identity in the global AI race without being entirely dependent on American hyperscalers like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Nscale represents a genuinely European-rooted alternative. And with $14.6 billion in valuation, serious boardroom firepower, and Nvidia's hardware backing, it's starting to look credible. Governments across the EU are also pushing hard for what they call AI sovereignty. The ability to run sensitive workloads on infrastructure they trust and control. Nscale is perfectly positioned to capture that demand. This isn't just a business story, it's a geopolitical one. Step back for a second and think about what this signals. A $14.6 billion valuation, a $2 billion raise, Nvidia backing, Sheryl Sandberg and Nick Clegg on the board, a Norway-based infrastructure strategy with renewable energy advantages. This is not a startup fumbling around in a garage. This is a company making calculated, serious moves to become a foundational layer of the global AI stack. If AI is the new electricity, then Nscale wants to be the power grid. And right now, investors, policymakers, and tech giants are all paying very close attention to whether they can actually pull it off.